The boy who should have died. The galaxy had many laws. Some were written, some were unspoken, but there was one rule every species knew from birth. Never touch an alien dragon. Alien dragons were not animals. They were not soldiers. They were disasters with wings. Entire planets had turned to ash because a dragon felt angry. Star fleets vanished when dragons woke from sleep. Even the strongest empires chose silence instead of fighting them. That was why the prison existed. It floated alone in deep space, far from stars, far from hope. A place built to hold the impossible. And inside its deepest chamber, chained by glowing energy fields, was the most feared creature in the galaxy. The dragon. Its body was larger than a human city block. Its scales looked like burning metal. Every breath filled the room with heat. Its eyes glowed like two angry suns. Every guard feared it. Every scientist avoided it. Even machines kept their distance. The dragon had not spoken in years. It only growled. It only burned. Many had tried to study it. Many had died. Then the humans arrived. Humans were new to the galaxy. Small, weak, too emotional. The council never feared them. So when a human child was captured during a border conflict, the council decided to make an example. Not execution, not prison, something worse. They sent him to the dragon chamber. The guards laughed as they opened the heavy doors. "What a waste," one guard said. "He won't last 10 seconds." The boy walked inside alone. He was no soldier, no hero, just a human boy, barefoot, thin, small. He wore simple clothes, no armor, no weapon. The massive doors closed behind him with a deep metallic sound. Silence filled the chamber. Then, a roar. The dragon lifted its head and screamed. The sound shook the walls. Warning lights flashed red. Several guards outside fell to their knees. "This is it," someone whispered. "The boy is dead." Inside the chamber, the boy froze. The dragon's chains tightened. Fire leaked from its mouth. The heat became unbearable. The dragon moved closer. Each step cracked the metal floor. The boy's heart raced, but he did not run. Instead, he took a small step forward. The dragon lowered its head. Its eyes locked onto the boy. This was the moment every being feared. The killing moment. The boy raised his hand slowly. Not to fight, not to block. He simply wanted the dragon to see him. The guard screamed through the speakers. "Stop! Step back!" The boy did not listen. He walked closer. The dragon growled louder. Flames burned brighter. The boy stood so close now that the heat burned his skin. Tears filled his eyes. Not from fear, from sadness. The dragon paused. It had seen fear many times. It had smelled terror across galaxies. But this was different. The boy looked up. His voice was small, soft, almost lost in the air. "You look lonely," he said. The dragon did not understand the words, but it felt something strange. The boy stood on his toes. The guards outside shouted, "No, pull him back." Too late. The boy reached out. His small hands touched the dragon's face. The entire chamber froze. No fire came. No roar followed. Then, the boy kissed the dragon. A simple kiss, on burning scales that had never known kindness. The galaxy stopped breathing. The dragon's fire faded. Its growl became silent. Its massive body stopped shaking. Energy readings dropped across the chamber. Scientists stared at their screens in horror. This is impossible," one whispered. The dragon slowly closed its eyes. For the first time in centuries, it felt something it could not name. Warmth. The boy stepped back, scared now of what he had done. But the dragon did not attack. It lowered its massive head. Chains loosened, not because they failed, but because the dragon no longer fought them. The boy fell to the floor, exhausted. The guards waited for fire, for death. It never came. The dragon curled around the boy, not to kill, to protect. Silence filled the prison. The council's screens went dark. Across the galaxy, something ancient shifted. A power older than war had awakened. And it all began with a human boy, who should have died. When the monster kneeled, no one spoke. Not the guards, not the scientists, not even the council watching from light years away. A human boy lay on the metal floor, alive. That alone was impossible. But what shattered the galaxy's mind was what happened next. The dragon moved. Alarm screamed. Weapons powered up. Emergency protocols activated. Fire, someone shouted. No, wait, another voice screamed. Too late. Energy cannons aimed at the dragon's chest. But the dragon did not attack. It did not burn. It did not roar. Instead, the dragon lowered its head. Slowly, carefully. The most feared creature in the galaxy knelt before a human child. Every system froze. Weapons shut down on their own. Target locks failed. Sensors gave errors. The dragon placed its massive head on the floor, inches from a boy. A sign no one had ever seen. Submission. The boy woke up. He felt warmth around him. Not fire. Not pain. Protection. He opened his eyes and gasped. The dragon's glowing eyes were close. Very close. The boy tried to crawl back. The dragon did not move. It waited. The boy's breathing slowed. Somehow, he felt safe. Outside the chamber, panic exploded. This is manipulation, a council member shouted. Kill them both. No, another replied, shaking. That dragon could destroy a fleet in seconds, and it is choosing not to. The dragon slowly lifted one claw. Guard screamed, but the claw did not strike. It gently pushed a broken chain aside, clearing space for the boy. The message was clear. The boy belongs to me. Across the galaxy, ancient dragon signals activated. Long silent, long forgotten. One by one, hidden dragons opened their eyes. They felt it. A change. Something pure. Something dangerous. Back in the chamber, the boy stood up. His legs shook. He looked very small next to the massive creature. You won't hurt me?" the boy asked. The dragon did not speak with words. It shared something else. A memory. The boy gasped as images filled his mind. Stars burning. Chains cutting into flesh. Dragons screaming as weapons tore their wings. He saw children dragons taken away. He saw dragons used as tools. He felt rage that lasted thousands of years. The boy fell to his knees. "They hurt you," he whispered. The dragon closed its eyes. "Yes." The boy placed his hand on the dragon again. "I'm sorry," he said. Those words struck harder than any weapon. The dragon's body trembled. Not with anger, with grief. Outside, scientists stared in horror. "Brain sync detected," one shouted. "That child is linked to the dragon." The council panicked. "If humans can bond with dragons," one said slowly, "then humans are not weak." That idea scared them more than dragons ever had. An order was given. Cold. Final. Prepare extermination protocol. Eliminate the human species. The boy suddenly felt pain. He clutched his chest. The dragon sensed it. Warships, powered weapons across the prison. The dragon rose. Not in rage. In purpose. Its eyes burned brighter than before. This time, the fire was not wild. It was focused, controlled. The dragon spread its wings. Energy fields shattered. The prison shook. The boy looked up. "What's happening?" he asked. The dragon placed its head close to him. A single thought passed between them. "They're coming for you." The boy's face went pale. "For me?" he whispered. The dragon lifted him gently, placing the boy behind its massive body. For all humans. Outside the prison, fleets jumped into position. Across the galaxy, dragons began to move. Old enemies, old legends, awakened. The council realized the truth too late. They had not sent a boy to die. They had created a bond the galaxy could never break. And now, the dragon chose war. Not for itself, but for a small human boy who showed a kindness. The memory that broke the galaxy. The prison was shaking. Metal screamed as walls bent. Lights exploded one by one. The dragon stood tall, wings half open, shielding the human boy behind its massive body. Outside, warships locked weapons. Inside, something far more dangerous was happening. The bond deepened. The boy screamed and dropped to his knees. His mind was no longer his own. The dragon's memories flooded into him. Not slowly, not gently, but like a storm. He saw the past. Not stories. Truth. Long ago, before the galaxy had laws, dragons ruled the stars. They were not monsters. They were guardians. They protected trade paths. They kept war small. They burned only those who threatened balance. Then the empires came. Clever. Cruel. They did not fight dragons directly. They tricked them. They promised peace. They promised friendship, and they brought chains. The boy saw dragons fall from the sky, shot down by weapons made only to kill them. He saw dragon eggs crushed to stop future generations. He heard screams that lasted centuries. The boy cried, "Stop, please stop," he whispered. But the memories continued. Dragons were forced to fight each other, used as weapons, turned into living bombs. The galaxy called it control. The dragons called it slavery. The boy felt the dragon's rage. It was endless, heavy, tired. For the first time, the boy understood. The dragon never hated the galaxy. It hated what the galaxy had become. The boy collapsed. The dragon lowered its head, feeling the boy's pain as if it were its own. Outside the chamber, the council argued. "This changes nothing," one shouted. "That child is a threat." "A human mind linked to a dragon," another said quietly. "That is not a threat. That is a revolution." Orders came fast. Seal the chamber. Cut oxygen. Kill the boy. Gas filled the room. The boy struggled to breathe. The dragon felt it instantly. Its roar shook the prison harder than before. Not rage. Fear. The dragon turned, eyes burning white-hot. It inhaled. Not fire. Energy. Ancient power. The gas vanished. Walls cracked. Chains snapped like thin wire. The dragon was free. Across the galaxy, something ancient answered. Dragons hidden in deep space lifted their heads. Some slept inside stars. Some beneath oceans of dead worlds. Some chained like this one. They all felt the same call. A human heart, beating without fear. The dragon placed its forehead against the boy's. The memory flow stopped. The boy gasped for air. He looked up. "They're scared of us," he said softly. The dragon agreed. Not with words, with a feeling. The boy stood. His legs still shook, but he stood. "Don't kill them," the boy said. The dragon froze. The galaxy expected fire. Instead, the dragon hesitated. No dragon had ever been asked for mercy. The boy continued. "They hurt you, but not everyone is bad." Outside, the council watched in confusion. The dragon slowly turned its head toward the cameras. For the first time in history, a dragon spoke. Not aloud, but directly into every mind watching. "You made us monsters. Now you fear what you created." Silence crushed the council chamber. The dragon's wings spread fully. The prison shattered open, exposing open space. Warships aimed. "Fire everything," the council screamed. The boy shouted, "Wait." Too late. Light filled space. Weapons screamed. The dragon wrapped itself around the boy. The blast hit. Space burned. When the light faded, the dragon still floated there. Unbroken. Untouched. The boy stared at the stars beyond the broken prison. "Out," he whispered. The dragon showed him one final memory. Humans. Long ago. Standing between dragons and death. Protecting wounded dragons. History erased. Truth buried. The boy's eyes widened. "Humans helped you before," he whispered. "Yes. And now." The galaxy had made its final mistake. Because dragons never forget kindness. And humans? Humans never stop fighting for it. The dragon turned toward the fleets. This time, it was not alone. Space began to glow. Hundreds of signals. Thousands. The boy felt it and whispered one word. "They're coming." When the galaxy chose fear, the stars began to move. At first, the council thought it was a sensor error. Then another screen lit up. Then another. Dragon signals. Thousands of them. Old ones. Ancient ones. Names that were only whispered in myths. "They're waking up," a scientist said, voice shaking. "No," the council leader replied softly. "They're answering." Inside the broken prison, the human boy floated in space, protected by the dragon's massive wings. He stared at the glowing dots appearing across the darkness. "So many," he whispered. The dragon did not feel pride. It felt responsibility. Because this time, dragons were not gathering for war. They were gathering for him. The council panicked. "This is because of the boy," one member shouted. "Destroy him, and it ends." Orders were sent across the galaxy. Human colonies were marked. Human ships were targeted. Human space stations lost power. The message was clear. Humanity must be erased. The boy felt it. A deep pain in his chest. "They're going to kill my people," he said. The dragon felt his fear and something else. Anger. Focused. Cold. The dragon turned toward the fleets surrounding the prison. Warships outnumbered stars. Weapons charged. "This is your last warning," the council broadcasted. "Release the human and surrender." The dragon moved. Not forward. Not to attack. It moved aside. It revealed the boy. Gasps filled command rooms across the galaxy. That was the moment fear truly began. Because the boy did not hide. He floated forward. Small. Unarmed. Facing the fleets alone. "Please stop," the boy said, his voice sent through open channels. Laughter echoed. "A child thinks he can stop a war," a commander mocked. The boy swallowed. "You don't understand," he said. "If you attack us, the dragons won't stop." The council leader slammed a claw on the table. Fire. The first shot was aimed at the boy. The dragon moved faster than thought. A shield of pure energy wrapped around the child. The blast shattered against it. Silence followed. Then, the dragon roared. Not in rage. In command. Space answered. Dragons arrived. They tore through space like living storms. Some are scarred. Some missing wings. Some ancient beyond memory. They did not attack the fleets. They surrounded them. A warning. The boy felt the pressure of thousands of minds. They were listening to him. He did not want this. "Don't destroy them," the boy whispered to the dragon. The dragon hesitated. That hesitation shocked the galaxy more than the dragons themselves. A single human voice, holding back an ancient army. The council saw the danger. "This bond is control," one member hissed. "Humans are controlling dragons." That lie spread instantly. Across the galaxy, fear grew. Old hatred returned. Civilian worlds began attacking human ships. Human refugees fled burning stations. The boy screamed as he saw the images. "They're killing innocent people." The dragon felt it. This was not what it wanted. The dragon sent a message to all dragons. "Hold. Do not burn." That order saved millions. But it cost something. The galaxy saw restraint as weakness. The council smiled. "They won't fight," the leader said. "Now we strike." A secret weapon activated. An ancient device built to kill dragons. Energy spikes targeted dragon hearts. Screams echoed across space. Several dragons fell. The boy cried out in pain as if stabbed. "Stop," he screamed. The dragon felt something break inside. Mercy had failed. Kindness had failed. The dragon lowered its head to the boy. Its voice entered his mind. "I will not lose them again." The boy looked up, tears floating from his eyes. "Promise me, you won't become what they say you are." The dragon paused. Then it answered, "I will become what you need." The dragon turned to the fleets. Its wings spread wide. Fire ignited, not wild, not blind, but precise, controlled. Across space, dragons roared together. Not for revenge. For protection. For the boy. For humanity. The galaxy finally understood. It had pushed too far. And now, war was inevitable. The day humanity stood up. The first fire did not come from dragons. It came from the galaxy. Human worlds burned. Civilian stations exploded. Escaped ships were hunted. Children screamed across open channels. The council called it necessary. The galaxy called it order. The boy watched everything. Images filled the broken space around him. Human cities on fire. People running. Families torn apart. He screamed, "Stop it! Please stop it!" The dragons heard him. Every dragon felt his pain. And for the first time, they felt something new. Shame. The dragon protecting the boy lowered its head. "This is what mercy earned." The boy clenched his fists. "No," he said softly. "This is what fear does." The dragon looked at him. The boy was shaking, but he did not look away. "We don't hide anymore," the boy said. "We don't beg anymore." The dragon felt it. Not anger. Resolve. Across space, human ships began to move. Old ships. Small ships. Ships the galaxy laughed at. They did not run. They formed lines. Human commanders spoke calmly. "Activate Protocol Dawn." The council froze. "That protocol was erased," someone whispered. "No," another replied in fear. "It was hidden." Human ships powered down weapons. Instead, shields rose. Massive. Layered. Unlike anything the galaxy had seen. Dragon fire struck them. It did not break through. The galaxy gasped. Humans were not weak. They had learned. They had adapted. The boy felt pride and fear. They were preparing for this, he whispered. The dragon realized the truth. Humans always knew this day would come. The council screamed orders. Break those shields. Weapons fired. Human shields held. Then the humans did something no one expected. They opened channels. Not threats. Not warnings. Music played. Human voices followed. Children singing. Family speaking. Stories of home. The galaxy hesitated. Even dragons felt it. Hope. The boy smiled through tears. That's who we are, he said. The council panicked. This is manipulation, the leader roared. Destroy them now. The ancient dragon killer weapon charged again. This time, aimed at a human refugee fleet. The boy felt it before anyone else. He turned pale. They're going to die. The dragon looked at the weapon. At the humans. At the boy. A choice had to be made. The dragon moved. It flew straight into the weapon's path. Fire and light swallowed space. The boy screamed. No! When the light faded, the dragon was falling. Its wings burned. Its scales cracked. The galaxy went silent. The boy rushed forward, holding the dragon's head. Please, please don't die, he cried. The dragon smiled in his mind. I was born for war. But today, I chose love. Human ships surged forward. Not to attack, to protect. They surrounded the falling dragon. Human engineers risked everything. Keep the shields up. Divert power. Don't let it fall alone. The galaxy stared in disbelief. Humans were protecting a dragon. The dragon opened its eyes one last time and sent a signal. Not a roar. A call. Every dragon heard it. They're worth it. Space answered. All dragons turned. Not toward the council. Toward humanity. The boy felt it and whispered. They chose us. The council screens went dark one by one. The balance of the galaxy shifted. And everyone understood the truth too late. Humanity was no longer protected by dragons. Humanity was leading them. The war of the galaxy could not stop. The galaxy was burning. Not in fire. In fear. Human shields held strong. Dragon fleets filled the stars. Old powers collapsed under their own lies. The council had lost control. Orders went unheard. Fleets refused to fire. Some turned and fled. Others chose violence. The ancient dragon killer weapon fired again. This time, it did not target dragons. It targeted Earth. The boy felt it instantly. He screamed, "No home!" The dragon protecting him rose, wounded but alive. Its wings barely held. Human commanders saw the target. Shock turned into rage. All fleets, intercept, one shouted. It was too far. Too fast. The weapon would reach Earth in minutes. The boy's legs gave out. My family, he whispered. The dragon looked at him. There was only one way. The dragon spoke inside his mind. I can stop it, but I will not return. The boy shook his head. No, there has to be another way. The dragon gently touched the boy's forehead. This is the way I choose. Human ships try to follow. The dragon moved faster, straight into the weapon's path. The blast hit. Space folded. Light swallowed everything. The boy screamed until his voice broke. When the light faded, the weapon was gone. The dragon was gone. Silence filled space. Across the galaxy, dragons felt it. A leader lost. A protector fallen. They roared. Not in anger. In grief. Human fleets went quiet. Then something impossible happened. Human engineers detected energy. Not dragon energy. Human. From a place where the dragon vanished. A human ship emerged. Burned. Broken. But alive. Inside, the dragon. Not dead. Changed. Its scales now carried human markings. Its fire burned blue and white. The boy felt it and laughed through tears. You came back. The dragon answered softly. You changed me. The galaxy watched in horror and awe. The council screamed. This cannot be allowed. They activated the final protocol. A self-destruct command for the galactic core. If they could not rule the galaxy, they would destroy it. The boy felt the countdown. Minutes. The dragon turned to him. One last choice. The boy understood. To stop the core, someone must enter it. No ship could survive. No dragon could escape. The boy stepped forward. I'll go, he said. The dragon froze. No, they'll never stop hunting us, the boy said. If I end this, end forever. The dragon lowered its head. Then we go together. Human fleets screamed in protest. The boy smiled. Humans don't fight alone. They flew toward the core. Light consumed them. The countdown stopped. The core stabilized. The galaxy went silent. For a long moment, nothing. Then, a new star ignited. Not destructive. Warm. Peaceful. The boy and the dragon emerged. Alive. Changed. The galaxy fell to its knees. The council was gone. Their lives erased. Their fear ended. The boy looked at the stars. It's over, he said. The dragon answered. No, it's the beginning. The kiss that changed the universe. The galaxy was quiet. Not the quiet of fear. The quiet of understanding. Stars burned gently. Fleets floated without weapons charged. Dragons rested instead of hunting. For the first time in history, there was no council, no masters, no chains. At the center of it all stood a human boy and a dragon. They hovered above the new star they had created together. A living light, a promise. The boy looked small, still just a child, but the galaxy no longer saw him that way. They saw him as something else. A bridge. The dragon folded its wings and lowered its head. Not in submission, in respect. Across the galaxy, dragons followed. Thousands of massive beings bowed at once. A sight no one thought possible. The boy felt embarrassed. You don't have to do that, he said softly. The dragon replied in his mind. We do. You reminded us who we were. Human ships approached slowly. No shields raised. No weapons armed. Just people. Families. Soldiers. Children. They looked at the dragons with fear, then curiosity, then wonder. A human commander spoke. We were hunted. We were called weak. But we survived. The boy floated forward. He was nervous. All eyes were on him. He remembered the prison, the fire, the fear. He remembered the kiss. We don't want to rule the galaxy, the boy said. We don't want revenge. The galaxy listened. We just don't want anyone to be alone again. Silence followed. Then something unexpected happened. An old alien species, one that once hunted dragons, stepped forward. They lowered their weapons. Then their ships. Then their pride. We were wrong, they said. Others followed. One by one. Old enemies. Old monsters. Fear began to fade. Years passed. The galaxy healed. Dragons became guardians again. Humans became builders. Together, they protected trade paths, worlds, and peace. The boy grew older, but he never lost that kindness. Statues were built, but not of battles. They showed a small boy standing on his toes, kissing a dragon's face. Schools taught the story, not as a legend, as a warning. Never underestimate kindness. Never underestimate humans. Because when the galaxy chose fear, a human child chose love. And love was stronger than fire. On a quiet world, long after the war, the boy, now a man, stood beside the dragon, watching stars rise. Do you ever regret it? He asked. The dragon smiled in his mind. Every moment before you, never a moment after. The man reached up, just once more, and kissed the dragon's forehead. The galaxy watched, and remembered.